Sarvamangalam.
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 So we get discourage some people because practice is very hard, and also practice become second nature is very hard. Practice is diligent. Practice requires a diligence, and a diligence is not there, then little wishy-washy. So many people, they try to do some practice, and their understanding Dharma and their expectation Dharma not match. Expectation Dharma practice is a huge, big. Actuality practice is very little, and they don't go together well. And in fact, lots of problems because of that. And then some blame there's something wrong with the Dharma itself. So then we have to blame Buddha, Karzan Sanje, Tong Tsani, 22,000 Buddhas, they all achieve enlightenment, and someone in the front for the Buddha is Shakyamuni Buddha, and the rest of thousands, 2,000, 22,000, all in the behind. So they're gonna be enlightened, achieved. So we are all ignore them. And plus Arahats, Drachompa, means that those who are liberated from samsara himself, but they are not Buddha yet. Those kind of Arahat, the great Arahat, Drachompa, they are Drachompa, and then self-liberated Ransanje, all of those, and then push Bhumi to tame the Bhumi Bodhisattva, and attain the Bhumi. After that, it become actually Buddha. Then there is 8 Bodhisattva, so-called close 8 disciples of Buddha Shakyamuni. They all did it. And on top of that, the Satu means those who are post-Bhumi. The post-Bhumi is somebody can actually experiencing emptiness, actually emptiness that they can see it. Until post-Bhumi, you can have a little slash or little idea, little blessings, but really you don't see emptiness clearly. So post-Bhumi, then post-Bhumi is also somebody on a post-Bhumi or Bodhisattva is special because it never go backward. Plus the post-Bhumi Bodhisattva is also called Sanjo Sampa Bodhisattva, actually title granted. All of those, there is a countless that, then we ignore them just because I don't get it. So this is not a very good reason to blaming Dharma. I think we cannot blame anybody. The only one thing, if we want to blame then our own, the thickness of ignorance, the darkness and thickness of our own ignorance. The ignorance is not knowing clearly. Everything is kind of like blurry. If you meditate, you might experience sometimes that darkness. Not everything's light up and everything you can see. And so, anyway, so don't blame Dharma. If you want to blame somebody, blame your ignorance. And ignorance is temporary. It starts 12 links of interdependent, and you should study 12 links of interdependent. Then it talks about the cycle of life, how it begins and how it ends. 12 interdependent links, very important to remember. Anyway, so boil down to now, I would like to talk about Dharma, and particularly how we can accumulate a positive karma accurately with our body, speech, mind. So it says that so one side is a little dharma practice, and one side is a little bad karma practice. In other words, committing a bad karma. So these two is a right and left on a hand here, like this. So it says a sutra, from the sutra, no matter how bad, how small bad karma is, it can become a huge bad karma. It has a potential. Right now, you see very small bad karma, small mistake, small fault, but it can grow, eventually become big one. And then on the contrary, then it says, it gives even an example. The mountains of grass, it doesn't take mountains of fire, it takes a little flame. And little flame will do the job to burn a whole mountains of grass. Or house size of grass can be burned with a little flame, like matches or something. So why example this? Is the little matches, it's your negative karma. Small, but it can burn a whole house, whole mountain, and the same, the little negative karma can be never underestimate. It can be so become powerful. It can destroy you. It can put you in a hell realm, and it takes a long time before you get out of from there, because you have to pay the price. So here, translation: do not think of any misdeeds as a small, or that it will not harm, or that you can ignore them because it is only a small transgression, small bad karma, small transgression. Like a little spark of fire can burn mountains of grass. Never underestimate teeny tiny misdeed. It can actually lead to the hell realm. So this message tells us that we have to do positive karma every day when there is opportunity. And we will, no matter how difficult situation, we will refuse creating negative karma for ourselves, for others. Mm. Next, it says, and same sutra saying, sutra, give a tamus on a yamavinya the imaja, chui tikbasaway, nuji renji kawanju. So the example gives us a memory, a little bit of the illustration, make us a more memory, I mean, a more easy to remember that. In saying, don't put down, even it's a small virtuous action, even it's a teeny tiny. Small virtue, I give you example, feeding birds or animals, handful of food. Or maybe in a curb, the beggar, you give $1, nice and respectfully. Don't throw them. So it says, give a Thomas, I mean, it's just a small good deed. It's not going to make any difference. Don't think that way. It says, the part of water is valuable if we put the part under where the dripping water is. So it dropped by one drop, but after many hours, the pot is full of water. And pot is the water, pot full of water represents your accumulation of positive karma, but it starts with the drop. So positive karma is also important, like collecting the drop of water. So now it is funny, because I feel funny when I think about that, that in our total life, from childhood until now, we are different age, but doesn't matter, different age. I want all of us to meditate, see how many good karma, like drop of water, how many good karmas we done in our life. On the contrary, how many bad anger, hatred, like matches, the flame, burn everything down. And I meditate on that. Let's do this practice together. Can you look here? It's a white feather. It's on. I can see her face or not. There is a white feather. Up, down, a little bit up, that one. No, up a little bit, down.
I think they just don't have their video on, sir. So they're there, but they just like I can do this, I can put
Oh,
your
okay.
video and then it's just that.
Oh,
So I
okay.
think they're there. They just
Okay.
you can ask them to unmute their picture and then you'll
That's
be able to see them.
fine. That's fine. Okay, now, this is the time of question answer. So we're doing 3 parts so that way. We can get maximum. Since we drive too far, too long. It's a border of Oklahoma and Texas. So go ahead. Do you have any question now? It's time to talk. Mhm.
How do we protect the positive karma that we've accumulated?
How can you repeat?
How do we protect the positive karma that we've accumulated?
Ah,
Like, how do we protect that or keep it safe?
There is a way you can protect the positive karma, but you might not have that teaching yet. In other words, every accumulation of karma has 2 different levels. One level is relative level, relativity level. Relativity level means right now we see each other relatively speaking, and we I other food too much, too little. All of those things is a relative truth. That level of practice. And one other level is the ultimate level. And until we practice the ultimate level, then we cannot protect the karma, good karma that we accumulate, because it is like a harvest. Harvest means that something you put water and soil, everything, and then grow. Once the fruit, whatever result that grow, then the karma, job of karma, activity of karma is done. To make fruition is done. Now there is no fruition coming. But the ultimate level of accumulation of karma is different. Ultimate fruition karma is like perhaps we can say wish fulfilled tree. I never seen one, but wish fulfilled tree is a tree that bears fruit and every year give you. Every year, like a mango tree, some of the trees, every year there is a plant of fruit grow. And the tree doesn't disappear. Therefore, fruit never disappeared. Every year give you. And that is like a ultimate practice of karma never exhausted, never disappeared. So, which one you want to do the practice? These two types of karma.
I would want to do the ultimate practice.
Okay. In order to do ultimate dharma practice or karma, your practice, everything you do have to be ultimate level. That means you transcend. You transcend or you elevate higher than relative truth. The relative truth, you should never get confused. You should have 100% understanding of relative truth, the karma, cause and effect, everything. On top of that, now you are ultimate truth, dharma practice. The ultimate dharma practice requires three important things. And it's called Jimba Jinja Lembu Tumbu Tong, Jikin Deba Paru Chinjicha, Sumbo Teta Choji Churvana, Jikin Deba Paru Chinjicha. Root text. So, root text is saying that the ultimate truth is your practice is ultimate truth, your practice is the practitioner yourself and practice what you're doing and dedicating the objective goal, whatever it is, all need to be oneness, not just only oneness, but they all have to associate with Dharmakaya. Now, if you tell me that is difficult to practice, then perhaps you're not ready to do the ultimate karma practice. You see? Is that clear? Wow.
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Yeah. So Jimba Jinja Lembu Tumbu Tong, Jitin Deba Paro Chinjicha, Sumbo Teta Choji Churbana, Jitin Deba Paro Chinjicha. That is what they say. And perhaps I have somewhere reading in English that might be even. Any other question? Somebody? Any other question? Just let me know. Talk to me.
I think Linda wants something to speak up.
Okay.
Raising her finger, but I don't know if she.
Can you ask the?
I believe Ashwini has another question.
Go ahead. See, make my day.
Okay, Lamala, going back to the faith and devotion, at times the faith and devotion is pretty good and the practice goes good, but there are other times where the faith and devotion is low, and sometimes it's so badly low that the negativity starts kicking in. And when I do sit and practice, it's so hard to practice. I mean, it's really, sometimes it feels like it's not even worth practicing with that negativity in my head. So lately I started doing the refugee mantra, the Renchen Savarang Gyupar Chipe, that one. And I request like the the refuge tree, all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas to help me do the practice better, kind of. But sometimes it just doesn't go good, and maybe my connection needs to be stronger. But I just get up from my practice and not do for that session. Like at those times, what do you suggest? Myself, like, and everyone else who is going through like me, do at that time, so that that negativity kind of subsides and um, get that devotion back in, so the quality of practice goes good.
In order to work on the quality of practice, the practice what we do every day have to be smooth and regular basis. Smooth means a regular basis. If we have regular basis, a regular practice, then we talk about quality. Quality is depends on also quantity sometimes. And so if we don't have any collection practice, it will be harder to work on the quality because our practice is, if I remember correctly, what you're saying is some days the practice go well, other days the practice don't go well because of obstacles. So my experience is when the practice don't go well, then perhaps find other practice that goes well with that time. And then go back to the practice that you really like to do it. But in any case, it's a lack of consistency. You and I need to remember that consistency is important in a good time, in a bad time. There is a teachings in a sutra. A lot of people will do practice when they have no other things to everything upside down, and then they just do some practice. But sutra saying, if everything go well, your practice should be same. If everything go wrong, your practice should be same, because practice perfection, it depends on your practice, and we should not break our practice. Our practice should be evenly every day, every moment, in a good situation or bad situation. One of my experience is when obstacles, whether it's a physical sickness or mental disturbances occurred, and you need to use that obstacle is your fuel, F-U-E-L, fuel, to practice Dharma. Because a negative obstacle has a lot of energy bring. It will be a very strong, emotionally strong, and bring that energy used for Dharma practice rather than negative emotions as an enemy. Don't view your negative emotion as enemy, and view negative emotion is a reminder of your practice more stronger. And this is really, I felt that it works well. And I want you to remember that. Now, overall, why practice is so hard and not practice is so easy? In fact, a negative conversation or negative emotions are so easy. Is it says anything going up a mountain is harder. Anything going down from the mountain is easier. It's like if we put a pot of water on earth, it will run lower area, not going up in higher area. And you can say that that's a Mother Nature thing, but that is a law of Mother Nature, and a law of karma cause and effect is also similar. Whatever we used to become very easy because we are familiar with, like getting angry, feel bad, all of those. But be happy and do good things is we do have once in a while, but less often. That's because we are not familiar with that too much. So I want you and me both need to remember that.
Thank you, Lama.
You're welcome. You agree?
5 minutes.
Oh, you're gonna abandon me?
No, not yet.
Not
No,
yet.
not yet.
Wait till
I'm
you-
just saying you have
Oh, okay.
5 minutes.
He's very honest. How can you fight? Eventually, I'll abandon you. I'm teasing you. Next question. Any other question? Our group? Was 5?
5 minutes, yeah.
Oh, wow. I should stop too. Come on, discussion. Yes,
How do you know your karma balance? In other words, you're saying that sometimes there's things that we know that we do bad, and there's things that we know that we do are good. But I mean, like you're in line at Walmart and somebody cuts you off. Oh, I hate that, that person for cutting me off. And according to you, that's negative karma. But I'm not going to remember that.
negative comment.
Yes, sir. I'm not going to remember that later.
Mhm.
Or something, or I give $1 to some person that looks homeless on the street. I do it all the time. I don't think anything of it. So how do you know your balance of it, or is that even important?
I think your question is how you balance and when is a good time to do some good karma.
Okay.
Is maybe that is because the balance is, we go back to the same subject of the good karma, but balance is like this. My understanding about balance is probably different than your balance, but balance karma means we have 24 hours. 12 hours do nothing but the spiritual. 12 hours do how to survive. Maybe fixing the fence or clean the kitchen, like that. I will say you are wisely sharing your time with Dharma activity as a mundane activity because 12 hours. That's one balance. Now, the accumulation karma that we accumulate since the beginning of this time, to balance that means you do not remember that when you last time you ever get angry with somebody.
Right.
It's been years, it's been months, never get irritated by anybody. But if that is frequently like that, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, and somebody like that, pretty under control with negative emotions. Now, somebody never want anything and never exercising desire, attachment, or ego, or 8 worldly dharma. 8 worldly dharma. You do not have nothing to do with 8 worldly dharma, name, fame, money, power, or anything. you don't care about anything, truly, genuinely, if you don't care about it, I would say your karma is pretty balanced. Because you know, no matter how many bad things I try to do, nobody can even shake you. That is a good balance.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I think Michael Carr has a question.
Okay.
Is he White Feather? Michael Carr?
No,
Who?
no, Michael Carr is Michael C on there, I think.
Oh, there he is.
Who is it now?
Michael Carr. Michael, you got the mic.
Lama D. Dorjee.
Oh, Michael Carr, Dorjee.
Michael Gar Dorjee. Okay. So I have a question about lineage.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
So our lineage, Karmakagi lineage, is Vajradhara, Tilopa, Naropa, Marpa, Milarepa, Gampopa, Dusankinpa, the first Karmapa, and then I don't know the rest of them, but now we had the 16th Karmapa and the 17th Karmapa. Okay, so that's the core or the home of our refuge, but we receive blessings from the lineage from like the 16th Karmapa sent you to the United States to teach Dharma to Westerners. So we're getting the blessings of the lineage through you, right?
That is like you choking me on the neck and I can't breathe and I can say, now you are asking me a question, but my answers will not be too clear.
Well, who is the lineage? Who can give the blessings of the lineage?
Two parts. Two parts. One, I want to answer post karmapa to some chamber to 17 karmapa origin Dorjee. I'm gonna answer you that question. And then second is 16 karmapa. Empower Lama D. Dorjee and send Lama D. Dorjee to United States to represent him and become teacher for Westerners. And those things, what you mentioned is accurate. And I do have blessings and the privilege to spend time with the 16 Karmapa more than 1 month and 15 days. And I was treated as a VIP every single day. I received blessings from him. And the whole Rumtek Monastery Karmapa seat, they are doing the summer retreat and they want me to give a talk, and I gave a talk on a little more than an hour in one night, that the special night, and it has been attended by the 16 Karmapa and then Taisudu Shamarpa, all of them, Jangung Contours, the Poro region for eminence, and all of those, and then Karmapa enthroned me as a Rinpoche Lama, as well as an abbot. And then he sent me to order me, I need to go Western United States and teach Dharma. All of those are accurate and happen. And I have a privilege to receive such instruction one-to-one from 16 Karmapa. I feel like his blessings and his guidance are unshakable, unchanging, and I still carry that with me. And that is something I do believe. The power size of my lineage holding, I had no clue that I cannot say I am lineage holder. I cannot say I'm not lineage holder. I think everything will become more clear. Those who are behind me, they will know, and especially those who has a Buddha eye on nation, they will know what I did and what my contributions are, rather than I dare not talking about that myself. So anyway, going back to the first karmapa to some chamber to 17 karmapa, let me bless all of you who are listening, and let me mention who are the other karmapas are. Jetangbo to some jimba la so and so, Jiba Garma Pakila so and so, Sumba Ranzon Dorjee la so and Jipa Rodbe Dorjee la so and so, Nawa de Jinjuba la so and Chukwando de la so and so, Dimba Chuda Janzo la so and Jiba Muju Dorjee la so and so, Goa Wanso Dorjee la so and Joha Chuyang Dorjee la so and so, Joje Ye Dorjee la so and Jonie Sancho Dorjee la so and so, Chuksum Dundur Dorjee la so and Juje Tinjo Dorjee la so and so, Jongan Kajel Dorjee la so and Dorjee la so and so, Judin Chinle Dorjee la so and Karma Banje no, Karma Banje no, Karma Banje no. That is now you have a name of Karmapa all the way Baja Dara Telo Naro Marpa Mela Gambopa Dusum Jemba. Now you have all Karmapa name up to 17, and may you blessed, all of you. Are you still there?
He's muted.
Oh.
They're all still there. He just, Michael's muted. Yeah, muted himself. Unmuted himself.
Are you there?
Yeah, unmute. You gotta unmute him though. Right?
Got him. Okay. Oops.
He's taking care of you.
Tell him thank you for
Oh.
doing it.
Okay,
Okay.
Just, throw that up.
can you hear me?
Yeah, sir.
Oh, now we can.
Okay, so I've heard, well, I guess they call themselves Dharma students, say that since you are not giving empowerments, you do not have the lineage. And to me, that sounds like bullshit, but you know, I'm not going to punch them out or anything.
I can say something about empowerment. You want me to say that why I didn't give?
No, I know why you don't give empowerments, but I'm saying people say because you don't give empowerments, you don't, some assholes, well, I shouldn't say that. Some Dharma students say because you don't give empowerments, you don't possess the lineage. And I think that's wrong, but you tell me, I'm just a little old fish in a pond.
Let me say this. The empowerment is not because I'm qualified or qualified. Actually, I've been ordered to give empowerment by 16 Karmapa, and it has been mentioned, I'm sure, other books already. And the reason I didn't give empowerment is 16 Karmapa, he told me he's gonna give me all equipment for empowerment. And he passed away before he handed me all of those items. I took that as a sign, SNG, as a sign, SNG, sign that I shouldn't give empowerments. And then I shared that with one of the eminence called Jamgun Kongtrul Rinpoche, and I organized his visit in California, and I shared that with the Jamgun Kongtrul Rinpoche, and he told me that is not right. You have to give empowerments in order to give the empowerments for the people who are right people. I will give you empowerment equipment set, he told me. When he said that, and before he gave me that, also he passed away in Dorjee in India. When two lamas have that experience with me, who told me, give me empowerment, equipment, and didn't give me, I personally took this is something I should not touch it. And this is my decision. However, the lineage holder or not lineage holder, it depends on the students. The students of Dharma friends of mine, if they think definitely Lama D is a lineage holder, then they are the ones who will continue benefit and receive it. Now, lineage holder is not only depend on empowerment, that because Khenpo Tsutam Gyatso Rinpoche is a teacher for eminence, and he never touched the empowerment also. And he told me repeatedly that the ultimate empowerment is mind transformation. And the mind transformation teaching is available. You don't need to have some water and bills and a little rice and toast. Anybody can do that. And this is a Khenpo Tsutam repeatedly told me. And so I feel good to hear that from Khenpo Tsutam. He is a teacher for poor eminence, and he didn't touch any empowerment equipment. So I don't know lineage transmission depends on empowerment. Empowerment is the students who do whole life dedicated to be a practice and receive empowerment, then probably the empowerment is important. But the empowerment is happening in a Western society, Western culture. Here, I notice that from Kala Chakra students, sometimes they don't have refuge vows, but they got Kala Chakra empowerment. It is never heard about that you have to go through 10, 20 years of study and practice, and then you can receive that empowerment. These days that they think they received empowerment, even they don't have refuge vows. By the way, they don't even know killing is one of the bad karma. So this is a time like that. So I personally also, the empowerment is, I keep in a low key for myself because I know there's more important things. Mind transformation is empowerment. Ultimate empowerment is mind transformation. If I can change some of the students, the negative mind turn into a positive mind, that is ultimate empowerment. That is my gift. That is Karmapa's blessing. And this is what I believe. Now you can decide whether I'm qualified or not qualified. All students, believe me, whatever they like to believe, as long as it's helpful for them, go ahead and make my day.
Okay, so all the examples you gave are of humans, qualified lamas, or I guess eventually we'll have Westerners, but who can give mind transmissions and help people transform their lives. And that's the source of the lineage, not some monastery with a big statue out front and a lot of fat cats hanging around. That's just samsaric stuff. If there are good llamas there, they can carry the lineage, but it's the llamas and the people who carry the lineage. Is that true?
Good Lama is always good wherever he is or she is. The bad Lama is always bad, no matter wherever they are. So I really don't want to say any bad things about anybody. I'm sure that if there is a one bad Lama, that will be me.
Well, I have a different opinion, but I'm not trying to make a list of bad llamas.
Lama Zubala, please keep your view as it is, because everybody have different view, and I am so happy to hear you have a good view, and may all my Dharma brothers, sisters, Dharma connection, may they all have the same type of feeling. If we have that kind of feeling, that kind of mentality, that kind of attitude, everything I say, everything I teach is gonna be meaningful. How soon? Very soon. How very soon? Very, very soon. Because impermanent clock is ticking right now.
Thank you for your kind words.
Thank you for your kind word too. Oh, yes. Here we go.
No, I'm just, you told me to tell you 40.
Oh.
But I can cuss that
That's
word.
what I meant.
You're doing a great job. I tell you, man. I thought you were saying curveball. I didn't.
Anything else?
No, looks like we're good.
Serva Mangalam.
Serva
Serva Mangalam.
Mangalam.
Serva Mangalam.
Mangalam.
Once again, thank you for everybody, especially those who are far away physically, but mentally. I am in a retreat, sort of speaking. It is hard sometimes when I have family around, but I try to take silent vows. I try to dedicate time with a lot of practice in order to help myself, in order to help all of you. And you are, whether I'm alive or whether I'm dead, we are always close each other. Sarva Mangalam.
Mangalam.
So start tomorrow at 10 o'clock or what? Tomorrow at 10 o'clock?
Little 10 o'clock, before that, if you are already here, meditate.
Wonderful.
Everybody meditate, more meditation practice. And evening also some practice. Are you guys leaving or staying here tonight?
Could have happened now.
Yeah, some people are leaving.
So that means tomorrow we will less people, I guess,
So
because he couldn't come back.
Pardon? I don't sort of do think about doing Chenrezig practice.
I'll let you lead the Chinese practice and do it here. If there is a few people, please do that.
Wonderful.
And
Thank you.
for people who are not coming back tomorrow, we can make offers.
Oh, make offers. And
Yeah.
well, I guess people on Zoom can come back, right? Or should they?
Yeah, but you can tell them
Okay.
about what.
Okay.
Come on, I know you
Read what
leave
it says at the bottom.
before
Yeah.
traffic jam.
Yeah, we're
Are you
Just
sure?
tell-
Because you
Yes, sir.
were-
Tell them that.
yeah. So the program for today is over, and so we'll be starting again tomorrow at 10 o'clock. We can do Chen if you'd like to join us for Chenrezig.
Yes, sir.
I can send out a
Yes, I will.
Chenrezig, or I'll tell you what, I'll just mute this.
You have
right?
many
Yeah,
people.
whatever.
I'll just mute this, and if you want to join us for Chenrezig,
We could do it
then we'll
again.
just unmute it
Next weekend.
at
I'm available if you
6.
wanna record some chanting.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, let me know.
at 6 o'clock. Okay, so 6 o'clock Chenrezig on the same Zoom
remind
channel.
me on,
and then
text message.
Yes.
That way.
if you want to give Rinpoche an offering, you can do it via Venmo. And I will put that up.
I'm gonna stand up.
Oh, yes, yes.
You just continue.
Okay. So here's the Venmo, if you want to do the QR code, or that's the, if you want to Venmo Rinpoche. That's how. And I'll send that out again tomorrow. Thanks, everyone. See you at 6 if you can do the Chenrezig.